Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Campaign Corner. I'm Sherry Wassell, your host. Today we're talking to Angela Roman. She's running for U.S. Congress in the great state of Oregon in the 5th District. How are you today, Angela?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm so thankful that you're here with us today. Now, your district was won in 2018 by about 13% and is currently Democrat. What led to your decision to run to try to flip this seat red?
Well, I actually was given the opportunity to work in the House of Representatives for the 79th Legislative Assembly of the state of Oregon. And as you could imagine, that was right after Trump got inaugurated and right after Kate Brown started her hashtag resist Trump campaign. So I got to see firsthand what really goes on and the lowball tactics and the shady backroom deals and the bullying from the left. And there's a lot of racial divide that's being caused by the people that we elect to supposedly represent all of us, but they want to keep us divided so that they can stay and play and stay in
Yes.
office and keep getting rich with their special interest groups. And as a mother of biracial children, enough is enough. We need real patriots, veterans in Congress, and that's it. I'm a proud walk away. I
Wow.
relate many people, whereas, my opponents and the current congressmen and others in Congress don't understand that. They don't grasp the fact that we can sit down, we can talk to each other, and there are solutions, but we have to stop this whole, my way or the highway. We got
Yes,
to
no extremism on either side.
Exactly. I can talk to anybody from up in the mountains with the loggers to going to the underpoverished neighborhoods and knock on the doors. And I'm welcome there because I'm a regular person. I care about everybody and I'll have those conversations. As long as you're not trying to inflict violence on me, then we can have a conversation.
Amen to that. And speaking of being an everyday person, one of the issues that you mentioned also in your platform is the corruption that happens because the candidates get money from those who expect something in return. Do you think we'll ever get to a place that everyday citizens can run without having a gajillion dollars in their war chest?
I'm kind of the underdog when it comes to the money situation, but I wear that as a badge of honor. Um, like I said, I'm a proud walkaway. So I've succeeded in Oregon and I've failed in Oregon. I've gone from spending $3,000 at Victoria's Secret to eating top ramen and not knowing where I'm going to sleep the next night. So nobody's going to be able to buy me. I'm humble. I encourage everybody to follow my FEC reports. They're public, they're open, and they're out there. I'm not going to spend $285 at Safeway on office supplies. I'm a conservative. I'm going to go to Costco. I'm going to go to the Office Depot, things like that. So
Yes.
we have to get we have to get the point across to people that it can be done. If I had it my way, I would say, like, during primaries, for instance, they should set a cap and be like, okay, each person gets 10,000 and that's it. And
Sure,
let them
sure.
see and decide and prove to them how you spend that money. Schrader has already raised millions, and for the first time in a while, he actually has a primary opponent because he's a fence rider
Ah,
in office, and his own party doesn't feel like he's left enough. So they've thrown in a far left candidate against him.
wow.
So it could be very interesting. I could go against the fence rider, or it could be a battle with the far left, but I'm up for the challenge. I was co-organizer of the March for Trump here in Oregon after after he got elected, and that's what brought out the Antifa over
Mm.
here, again on the West Coast. So I've been on the battle lines with people inflicting violence to, in the marble nut house, we call it down there in Salem, to the tyrants that are in office that use their bully tactics. And I'm definitely up for the challenge.
I think it's just incredible. I'm really excited that you're running. I also wanted to ask you about are highly supportive of veterans, and you have pledged to donate about like 2,000 or 2,200 of your salary toward veteran causes. So tell us how you feel about the veterans.
Every month, if we didn't have our veterans, we'd completely be under communist rule right now. And I know that. I know that deep in my heart. You know, they sign the blank check and sacrifice and give their service for our freedoms. And I personally watched when I was working in the Capitol here in Oregon, you know, our own governor puts them to the back so she could put illegal aliens and her special interests ahead of them. You know, we've got homeless veterans on the street, and she's handing out driver's licenses for illegals, which, you know, I don't just talk about it, I am about it. And I am actually one of the 2 chief petitioners to repeal that law for her giving driver's licenses to illegal aliens. So not only on top of doing my everyday mom things and working and running for office, I'm fighting for Oregon as we speak.
Well, I think President Trump would just love you if he gets a chance to meet you and get to know you. I also wanted to ask you about illegal immigration. You have a very strong position on that. And in reading through it, it seemed to me to be perfectly aligned with everything that President Trump is trying to do to stop the illegal immigration and then get that reform going. So tell us some of your ideas for immigration.
So, you know, full disclosure, my kids are half Mexican. I speak 3 languages. This isn't about race. It's about national security. And I believe that if we took at least one constitutional judge, and that's going through their history and making sure they're in line with the Constitution, take one from every state in the nation at least, and send them down to the border to help with the backlog with the asylum judges. Because, you know, one of my opponents, he wants to put a 10-year freeze on the border. That means no visas, no asylum, nothing. And that's just ridiculous to me. That's not America. We do have people, you know, I care about everybody. There are people in Mexico that are escaping the cartels and getting beheaded and stuff. They should have a path to be able to come here through asylum. But the problem is they are so backlogged because of these Democrats that want to push the agenda that, you know, they all need to come in. And that's not the case. There are very bad people. You know, I know personally, I lived in Arizona for a little while down there in Phoenix. I've, like I said, I'm a walk away, you know, it'll be used against me. I'm a former gang member. I know how they operate, and they don't care about getting your kids hooked on drugs. They don't care about coming and making as much money as they can and sending it back to Mexico. They don't care. MS-13, when Donald Trump said they're animals, they are absolute animals. One of their recruiting tactics is putting a gun in the hand of children that they're recruiting and telling them to go shoot a homeless person because nobody will care and there won't be an investigation. And these are things that the Democrats won't talk about, or the fact that they are sex trafficking children as young as babies in their diapers for horrendous things, you know. And I'm the person that's not scared to, it may be a shock factor to some people and they may not want to hear it, but we need to have these discussions.
We absolutely do. I'm so inspired listening to you, that you're a walk away, that you have practical solutions, that you have a wide variety of experiences in your background. And if I lived in Oregon District 5, I would definitely vote for you. But the Campaign Corner will be following you and promoting you as much as we can. And your website and your Twitter handle is up on the screen for people to follow you. And your website has a donate button, correct?
Absolutely does.
Yes. Because like it or not, it does take money to run. So we wish you the best, Angela, and we thank you so much for coming on the Campaign Corner today.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. I am one of the biggest censored conservatives as well. So every opportunity I get to get my name and my campaign out there, I appreciate. You know, I've had like 18 Facebook accounts. I'm currently out on Twitter. So not only get my name out there, I'm a force to be reckoned with. I care about veterans. I care about Americans. I care about our Constitution. and I care about getting in there and supporting our president who is being attacked from the left and the right. He needs soldiers on his side, and I'm definitely a soldier for Trump.
I think he would be very, very blessed to have you in Congress on his side.
Thank you.